Earlier this year, I invited my friends Miranda and Rainer to backpack through Buckskin Gulch, largely thought to be the longest slot canyon in the world. We had such a great time, they asked if I wanted to come to their turf to backpack an even harder mission: 5 days across Washington's Icicle Divide. What they failed to mention is that much of this trail has been abandoned. And as far as we can tell, only a handful of people have connected the series of trails across the Icicle Divide over the last 40 years.
How you doing, Miranda?
This journey will test us, our abilities, and even our friendship.
That was heinous.
But while we're suffering,
Bit of a beatdown.
we'll try to have a good sense of humor about it all.
Always camera ready.
Yeah, that was so good. Okay, so we're at the top of basically Stevens Pass ski area, and Miranda was just doing her kind of like dialogue to camera thing, and you scared me because you're like, we're on the forgotten trail. No one hikes here. The last trail report is 4 years ago. The number of people that have died out here is 17. Which you didn't say that part, actually, but you implied that part.
I did, yeah.
So I'm not really sure what I'm getting into.
Okay, I will say, just to be fair,
Yeah.
while the entirety of the Icicle Divide is very infrequently hiked, there are a lot of sections of it that are super popular. So like
Okay.
the section we're on right now, Chain Lakes and Doyle Lakes, is a very popular like backpacking trip.
Okay.
So you will see a lot of parts of this trail that are very well maintained. It's just the actual entirety of the Icicle Divide, all 45 miles of it.
Yeah.
People don't often do the entire thing.
Okay. So there will be sections of like where we know where we are, we know where the trail is, and then sections where it's like we're bushwhacking.
Yeah.
We're getting
Sometimes sketchy and sometimes not.
sometimes sketchy, sometimes not. That's how I live my life.
Great. Perfect. You'll love it then.
This is right up my alley. Here we go. So one of the things that I'm really interested in about this trip, aside from, of course, the stunning, ridiculous beauty of the landscape that we're going to be going through, is that I'm going back to a lot of gear that I haven't used in a long time. Probably most notably this Mystery Ranch Bridger pack, which was for a couple of years like my standout favorite pack for being the most comfortable. And it's very much like more of like a traditional backpack. And for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been diving way more into ultralight style gear, ultralight packs, ultralight tents. And this time I'm diving really back into my traditional backpacking ways. The reason is because I truly want to see, like juxtaposed, now that I've been having a year plus 2 years of more ultralight mentality, what it's like to go back, to get a better understanding of what everybody out there who's a traditional backpacker is going through and thinking about, and from the gear that they're choosing and from the mileage that they're doing. And so I think this will be enlightening for me because I can already tell like I've forgotten what it's like to carry a 50-pound pack. I mean, this is kind of a big choice to be taking all this gear on a 5-day trip, whereas, you know, one thing to carry it for one night, no big deal, but 5 days, I might be struggling out there. I think it's gonna be fascinating, so we'll see how it goes. One thing I've always loved about Miranda is her fascination with details, and she just saw a giant mushroom. I think that's a potato.
That is not a potato. That is a mushroom. Oh my gosh. Oh, gosh, sorry.
Wow.
Look at this huge mushroom.
That's crazy. I'll give you $5 to eat it.
No, thank you.
6?
Yeah, okay, maybe 6.
Okay, 6.
What's cool is that there's this big mushroom right here in the middle of the trail, which like, if I wasn't looking at my feet, I would have missed it.
Yeah.
And then off to the side, over here, there's this huge fungus. It's like a shelf.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's a fungus among us.
Fungus among us.
It's a humongous fungus among us.
It is a humongous fungus among us. if you were
Reception.
if you were to jump off of that mushroom into a pool, it would be a cowabungus, humongous fungus among us. Not my best work.
I'll take it.
Do I look cool with my hood and my hat over my hood?
You do.
Never
Sweaty.
look cool.
Yeah. Do I look like?
Wow, I love that you said you do, and I said you never look cool.
I decided to hear the positive reinforcement.
Yeah, I don't even know
And
that
my
you
brain
do.
sorted between the two.
I thought we already established that Rainer is a thirst trap.
Rainer is the thirst trap.
Especially like this.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Look at that.
Bow, 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 bow. I've been really
Do you guys practice that?
We do, yeah.
It
Totally.
sounds like it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we
Thank
do,
you.
that's so much more sad. Because that should be a lot better.
Rainer's particularly a thirst trap right now because of how much he's sweating. So it means you're thirsty. It means you need water.
It is hot. Didn't you get that?
It's a salmon berry. So the reason that these are called salmon berries is because when they're ripe, like this, they're kind of like a salmon color. So, yeah.
I love that. It's berry season. That's a fun part of backpacking out here.
Good, right?
Antioxidants.
Continue this direction to my left, we would stay on the Icicle Creek Trail.
So we've gone 9 miles and we've just turned off for a little side trail. It's actually going to be taking us for quite a ways.
Hard.
This is really hard. This is definitely a challenging, punchy little section of trail. But I keep hearing Miranda talk about how the lakes that we're going to are some of the least visited, most spectacular lakes in Washington. I think it's gonna be worth it. Something else that's pretty cool, 6% illumination on the moon tonight and a possible meteor shower. So might have to do some stargazing and some night photography if I can stay awake that long. You were about to say something interesting.
Yeah, I was going to tell you the way that you know these trees are Douglas fir.
Ooh.
If this is a story that I was taught when I moved here, it is an indigenous story. It involves these pine cones. So if you look at the pine cones that fall below a Douglas fir, you can see you have these little, underneath the main part of these main sections of the cone, you have these 2 little feet and tail that stick out. And the story goes that a wildfire came through here many, many years ago. And all of the little mice in the forest were running through the forest trying to find a place to take shelter from the wildfire. And the Douglas fir said, oh, you can use my very textured bark and all of the channels in my trunk to climb up and be sheltered from the wildfire. And so the mice did, and they hid in the pine cones, so all that sticks out are their little feet and tails, and that's how they survived.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Sweating my booty off here. It's warm Washington day. We're in the middle of a heat wave. So I've already drank 2 elements today, and my body's still craving more. I'm just sweating it out like crazy. Starting to get a little bit of more of the views of some of the really gnarly mountains that we're gonna be hiking alongside. So I've got a view of these big, scraggly, toothy peaks over here across the way. And I think for a while, like most of the next few days is gonna be really dramatic mountains. So getting into the goods. All right. Keep saying it, but this is really challenging. We're going up a ton. It's hot, sweating a ton. It's taking it out of me, and I am feeling this heavy backpack for sure. Like, going into this, I was thinking like, oh, it'll be fun to try out all this old gear and use some like gear that's not very light and gear that I wanted to take on real backpacking trips again, but I'm paying for it now. This, like, I don't think I've hiked with a pack heavier than 36 pounds for about a year, so to go back to 50 is whooping me. But we're making it. Let me show you on the map where we are. So right now we're getting pretty close to our Chain Lakes, which is a possible camping spot for the night. But I think we are hoping to camp over here at Doa Lakes. That's where we're looking to camp, but there's a big ridge right there with a huge climb, steep climb, so we may end up camping here tonight. Eating all those mosquitoes. Okay, this is the first Chain Lake. We've made it up. Our intention has been to carry on up and over, but you can actually see we basically have to go up and over that huge feature, and that doesn't look very fun. So we might stay the night here and go a little bit shorter and then just have to tack it on tomorrow. But this is a truly stunning lake. So no matter what, no matter where we camp out here, it's gonna be really good. Let's go find camp. What are the bugs here?
They're very, very present. They are. This is like, obviously, this is bug club. This is bug Times Square.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
There are a lot of bugs at this lake.
Yeah. I've never felt like I have a big nose, but now they keep landing on my nose, and I feel like I have a big nose. I'm like, God, stop.
Really?
Yeah. You know?
Oh, wow.
I know. Right?
How do you not just like hit that on things all the time?
I do. All the time.
Yeah, wow.
My nose hits stuff first.
Yeah, well, I guess that's good if you're ever like walking across a room in the dark.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It really lets me knows where I am.
We've made it to Chain Lake. It's incredibly beautiful. There's this rock bowl all the way surrounding all of us. It's just stunning. Now we're on the lookout for a campsite. We saw a really good one, but oddly enough, despite the fact that there's been nobody out here, there's a camper there. So that's a bummer. So our search continues. We're hoping to find some magic out here. Well, we're kind of in a mad dash scramble to find camp, mostly because the light is gorgeous right now, and we would like to be set up to enjoy it. I mean, these peaks out here. Ha! Can't stop saying it. Yeah, there's like these gorgeous lakes, little network of little campsites. Most of them are so far suitable for just like one little tent. So we're hoping to find something that can fit and accommodate all three of us. I mean, come on. Look at this. So beautiful, it's almost stupid.
For a while now. It has been quite the journey.
Hey, good day.
Good day. Oh, high five sandwich. Alrighty.
That was a good day. That was hard. This is a big part of why my backpack was 50 pounds.
The tripod?
This tent.
Oh, the tent.
Even though I'm excited about this tent.
Yeah.
4-pounder.
That's hefty. I actually like how bright it is, though.
It's high visibility.
Yeah, you will not get lost.
You won't get lost when you're in it.
Oh, which is really, that's the biggest concern.
Yeah. Wow, where am I?
Where am I? How do I get out of here?
So I recently used this for the Amazon gear videos, and a ton of people were like, that tent is super cool, but please go use it more and tell us what you think.
Ah, yeah.
And I actually thought that was a fair request.
Yeah,
Because it's
for
like,
sure.
yeah, there's only so much you can tell on one night of nice weather. So
Yeah. This is the Featherstone, right?
yeah.
So cool. Cool. Groovy, baby.
Look how spacious this tent is.
Wow, yeah. So one person? Two person?
It's 2. But it's like a real 2.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah, I think it's 50 inches wide. You could get 2 25-inch wide pads in here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to use a rainfly.
I don't think I'm going to.
Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, I want to see the stars.
Maybe share some beverages. Anybody bring something cool?
Oh, did we?
Oh, speak of El Diablo.
Okay, all right. On the
Cheers
count.
to Mr. Eric Hansen for joining us again and bringing the wine in his 50-pound backpack.
Oh yeah, so it's really a 37-pound setup because a pound of wine.
Wait, okay, let's decide. Okay, but hold on. Who do we think brought the coolest beverage?
Oh.
So, Eric, sell us your beverage.
Well, this is a Cabernet Sauvignon from the Chile region of South America. It is on the coastal side, which brings in a lot of beautiful moisture and which really just brings a very supple grape to your palate.
Wow.
It is a beautiful taste, and to be here in the backcountry with such a fine backdrop, truly no better pairing can be had than with the Boda Box, Black Box Cabernet Sauvignon.
I don't know about y'all, but
Yeah.
unless it's a supple grape, I don't touch it.
It's true.
yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
I
the
can't.
grape is so supple.
Yeah, if it's not supple,
So
there's
supple.
absolutely no point in putting it in your mouth. Why would you bother?
Hard agree. This whole vista we have experiencing here with like these craggy peaks above this picturesque lake and these cute little trails weaving around. That's what the core zone of the enchantments is. It looks like this. And it's the hardest permit to get in the country. Here we are in the same
Yeah.
without a permit
Yeah.
and with nobody else.
Yeah, wow, this is a special place.
It's amazing.
This already is better than what I expected. Like, I knew that it was like, oh, I'm going to backpack outside Leavenworth with you guys. Knew it was going to just be amazing, would crush.
Yeah.
And this is like, I think in my mind I was just like, oh, it'll take longer to get into like the true goods.
Oh yeah.
But here we are, day 1. This is, if this is the best campsite, I wouldn't even be surprised. I'd just be like,
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. I was curious to see.
Yeah. It's so pretty here.
Mosquitoes are very out and about today.
You did? Oh no. That's the worst. Itchy booty. Oh, it's such a beautiful morning. Just a little bit of cool clouds. Catching the light.
Oh my gosh, yeah, look. That's like heavenly.
Yeah.
it's stunning.
It's stunning.
Just waking up and seeing the clouds and the light over this lake,
Just a truly stunning spot to camp. And almost nobody comes out here. It's very seldom visited, and I'm feeling really lucky to be here. So we're gonna start packing up soon, and we're gonna keep connecting these lakes along the way as kind of the way in Alpine Lakes Wilderness. All right, it's time to pack up. Here we go. Got going mango chili today. Let's do it. Here we go.
Vamos.
Vámonos.
So we just left camp, and we are beginning our ascent up this big ridge. It kind of was fortuitous that we ended up camping here. We were planning on doing this ridge climb last night, but we kind of ran out of time and energy. But what it meant was we got a special treat for a campsite last night. So that's fun. Today is like maybe not a record high, but it is exceptionally hot. There's a heat advisory going on, so already we've only climbed like 200 feet and it's already like just pouring sweat. Very hot today. Not what I expected for the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. But meeting and exceeding expectations on beauty.
Hot. Wow.
Yeah. And we were camped down there. Now, what Witch's Hat up there is a crazy rock formation. Now we just have a good view of Chain Lakes and starting to emerge the other mountains beyond.
Is
there room for me?
Get in here.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Whoa.
I feel like I'm coming up an escalator.
Yeah.
Well, this is a bad analogy.
To like a Nordstrom.
Yeah.
And you're like, there it is.
Wow, it's on sale! That's a terrible. That does not do this justice. So we just came up and over our big ridge for the day, right here at this little pass. And what's really cool is seeing the other vantage point of this giant peak, the peak that we were staring at throughout our campout last night. It's very impressive. I'm surprised it doesn't have a name. But what's been really fun is coming up over this ridge and also just seeing the whole new landscape. It's a very fun reveal. We've got Mount Baker in the background over there, Adams, and a bunch others. I don't recall all of them. And we're gonna descend down to Doyle Lake and keep going on this rad adventure. Here we go. Damn. Too much booty in the pants.
Wait right there, Miranda. Too much booty in the pants, as Eric says.
That's how you describe a beautiful landscape. Yeah. So this is the lower Doyle Lake, and this is right around where we were gonna camp last night. And after doing everything that we did today already, I'm super thankful that we stayed at Chain Lakes last night. Here is basically where we're going off the beaten path, off the map. So we think we've heard some trail reports that there is a light little trail that will connect us, but essentially this section of trail was abandoned by the Forest Service. They stopped managing it. And so as time passes, the trail disappears, becomes ever more faint. And so probably gonna have to do a little bit of navigating, route finding, and figuring it out, which is all part of the fun.
it just looks like this trail, like, is in the weed, this brushy section here.
Yeah.
Like, it almost looks like it's gonna be that way, not this way.
Yeah.
I think we go back.
Trail has definitely gotten a lot more thin since coming down off the pass. Very brushy, closed over. There still is a little hint of a trail to follow. So it's not completely gone, but it's definitely a little bit more bushwhacky and route findy. This is kind of fun. Test your navigation skills. I like it.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
So we're gonna basically go through there,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna head to the left up to Frosty Pass.
Is that Frosty Pass like directly behind it?
I don't think we can see Frosty Pass from here. I think Frosty Pass is kind of behind this ridge.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we're passing through the unmaintained section of trail. And we're going through this really stunning meadow that is just full of wildflowers. This reminds me of when I was up in Colorado on the Colorado Trail and just seeing all these like ultra vibrant neon flowers. Very similar. Ooh, we got a little bog here. Ooh, yeah. But there's so many happy little bees hanging out in here. This is a very beautiful day, very beautiful trail. Boom. Miranda, how you doing out here?
So I'm doing good, but we're moving quite slow, and
Yeah.
and I'm hot.
It is. I'm definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
The sun is radiating off this wall that we're hiking under. Literally, my camera is overheating right now. It's that hot.
Race faster and faster and faster. As I turned to Rainer, I like couldn't even get the words out. So I involuntarily sat down. Which is like a really nice way of saying kind of fell over. So we're just taking a short little break here.
Well, that was a super challenging stretch we just crossed. Just kind of got out of the really exposed stuff. And honestly, we're all feeling kind of trashy. Just the radiating heat has really had an effect. Thankfully, we're in the trees, in some shade, taking a break, getting some rest, drinking some water, getting some electrolytes back in. And then we'll be resuming. Rainer, you're always stopping my shots.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll try and stay in frame. There we go. Hello.
Hello. Okay, so I'm learning many things about Miranda on this trek.
And same.
Some of it has to do with her odors, but she's learning about mine, so it's totally fair. One of the things is that you've told me about like a medical condition that you recently learned about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was very recently diagnosed with something called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
Yeah.
It basically means that if I go from a lying down or seated position to standing too quickly, my heart rate goes up and doesn't come back down.
Yeah.
And that's the like easiest way to understand it. It comes with all sorts of other like really fun like additional symptoms.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of them is exercise intolerance. Another one is heat intolerance.
Well, heat intolerance and exercise intolerance.
Yeah.
What are the two things that we're doing today?
Heaty exercise. Hot exercise.
Hot exercising.
For my entire life, I have always thought that like what I experience when it's hot or when I'm like exercising really hard is what everybody experiences.
Yeah.
And I think I've only since getting this diagnosis realized that that's not true, you know? And so like when it's really hot, like I just kind of it's like I shut down, you know? And it can sometimes be like sometimes it can be 90 degrees outside and I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Other times it can be like 75 and I'm like, I am dying of heat, you know?
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on like how my body's doing. And yeah, it's just like, I'll get really nauseous. I'll get tunnel vision. I feel like it feels like my body's shutting down. Like that's the best feeling I can think of. It just feels like everything is like shutting down. And exercise intolerance is like the same kind of thing. It's like my heart rate sort of reaches a certain point and I just feel like it's not like, oh, wow, I'm really struggling. It's like, no, I feel fine, but everything is shutting down.
Wow.
Like I used to maybe, if I was really struggling on a hike like this, I would like suffer in silence and I would just try and like push through and just be like, yeah, I'm fine, you know? Or I would just not do it, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'm like learning that I don't have to suffer silently and that I can be like, hey, these are the things I need.
Yeah.
To like make this better for myself, you know, to make it more doable for me.
I got to give Miranda props. One, for like hiking and still choosing to do what I think is like a really challenging backpacking trip. Like I feel like I'm being pushed a lot.
Yeah, it's hard.
And two, you're like communicating. Like one, you're communicating with me like, hey, I have this condition. You're communicating with people on your channel, my channel. And you're also just literally communicating with Rainer and I as you hike about like, I need to stop. I need to sit down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be like you just kind of like sort of collapsed, not like a full collapse, but like you were just like, and I'm on the ground now.
Involuntary sit down. That's how I like to think about it. It was like,
it wasn't a collapse.
Am I gonna sit? I'm gonna sit.
Yeah, like I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, okay, we need to take some time. When you are hiking with other people, it's like you gotta know like what everybody in your group is dealing with.
Totally.
To be safe out here.
Yeah, and I think that's such a good point. And I think like even if you don't have POTS, like if you're experiencing something like if you feel the way that I feel out here, you know what I mean? If you're like struggling and like it's hot and you're having a hard time, just like talk to people. It's so much better to tell the people that you're with.
For sure.
And like if they're annoyed with having to rest and stop, then like they're bad hiking buddies.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, all
don't hike with them any longer.
Yeah, you know, and like I don't think that I'm pushing myself past my limit. Like that's another thing I want to be like really clear about. It's like I don't think I'm pushing myself past my limit. I think I'm pushing myself to my limit. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit. I'm a little worried about the next couple of days, but I feel like we're gonna be okay. You did so good.
I had to change my arm position there. Okay, well, we need to keep hiking.
Yeah, let's keep going.
That was amazing. I appreciate you taking the time to walk me through that. Because, like this has been a really challenging day for all of us out here. It's so hot, and we're just dealing with it. We have a little bit longer to go. We may be hiking into dusk, but what we thought was going to be an easier, shorter day has turned out to be a challenge.
What's that? 400 more feet to climb.
400 more?
Uh-huh.
All right, we're doing it. Oh my God. How did that happen? I have no idea. That thing sabotaged me.
It totally did.
Whoa.
You all right?
Yeah. It almost made me totally dump on my backside, but I'm all right. We are on the final ascent of the day, just about to get up and over Mary's Pass. And it is just beautiful up here, though. So many wildflowers. There's like these crazy Dr. Seuss looking flowers up here, too. It's very cool. You can just see ridges and ridge lines and glaciers and snowfields all the way back there. It's really wonderful out here.
Oh my God.
That is insane.
Wow. Oh my gosh. This is stunningly beautiful. Oh.
Wow, that is really a masterpiece. call all the way down.
You get too close to a marmot, and it's like, ah! You know?
It's all they got for defense. Wasn't talking to you, marmot. All right, so we made it over Mary's Pass, and you can see stunning set of landscape beyond. I didn't think some of the views would top what we saw last night and this morning, and this is just marvelous. There's also like an interesting haze in the air. It's all from smoke and wildfires. It's progressively getting clearer over there. But one thing that's interesting is it's making, as the sun gets lower, it's kind of got this golden air quality. The air quality is bad, but it's kind of got this golden light to it. And it's actually kind of beautiful, even though you hate to have the air quality like this. Oh man. We're gonna be camping at that lake, and I'm ready for it. Let's go.
That's you. You did that.
Oh. Oh, you stink.
Oh my gosh. Yes, good job today.
Yeah. Wow,
Wow.
this is so cool. Nice.
All right, Miranda.
Done.
Nice.
Baby Miranda is finished.
Should we set up camp?
Let's do
Do
it.
it.
Woo! So we just made it to Upper Florence Lake, and this is really, really gorgeous. We've got the last bit of light getting reflected off of these rocks here, and we're gonna set up camp and then make some dinner and just enjoy this beautiful spot. So this is your favorite lake and campsite, or just favorite lake?
Oh, it might be one of my favorite campsites too. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. How do you? Yesterday was amazing. It's like it's all 10 out of 10. You know?
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Everything is a 10 out of 10 here.
Yeah.
You sound so angry over there.
So mad. That was a really good imitation.
Thank you.
Wait, are you just inflating your sleeping bed?
Yeah, but that was my mouth.
Wow, that was really good.
Yeah. Whoa. My feet are absolutely filthy. Wow, that's kind of impressive.
Oh, might have to wash these socks tonight.
Yeah.
Should be a tomorrow thing, actually. We'll use tomorrow. Be all right.
Look at this, look at this.
What do you got? Oh. Look at this, look at this.
Tip you over.
I mean, it does really help to just get off the ground,
Yeah, you're right.
but without being able to lean back, it's
I know, it's the plan.
not as good.
I know, I was trying.
But you're off the ground,
Whatever.
even though you could use a rock.
I'll probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, way to spoil the fun.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Next to my main man, Eric. My secondary man, Eric. That tertiary man, Eric.
Tertiary.
Tertiary. I got a dad.
Well, as long as I'm not quadrary.
I mean, I don't know. I do have a really good friend who's a dude.
Dang it.
It's
Well, as
not
long
you.
as I'm not quinceary.
you can be my QC,
Miranda, I'm going to try your meal. The meal
Oh,
that
Farm
you
to
gave
Summit?
me. Farm to Summit, green chili mac and cheese.
Dude, it is like, it's like even if you don't think you like mac and cheese,
Yeah, which I
It's-
do love mac and cheese.
but like if you didn't, it's
oh,
that good.
Oh, wow.
It like feels like an entire meal. You know restaurants that are like, you go to and they're like, you have to try mac and cheese. Like, mac and cheese is so good. And you're like, I'm not really a mac and cheese person.
Yeah,
This is like,
this is that.
but then you order it and you're like, oh, I should have.
Wow.
2 cups of water. Wow. Pretty good amount of water.
Let's make a gravity filter out of myself.
I need to have.
See, look. This is the dirty water. This is the filter, and it's filtering into my bottle. That way I don't have to do any work. I just have to look cool.
You look really cool.
Thank you.
You look, I mean, as cool as they come.
Sarcasm is lost on me. I don't understand sarcasm.
How did you know that it was sarcasm? It wasn't sarcasm.
Because I don't think I look cool.
You look like you're multitasking.
I am. Honestly, I feel like this is worth it. I don't regret this decision at all.
No.
Is it done yet?
No.
Yeah. Dinner time, and then bedtime. Food in the belly, Miranda in the tent.
No.
I did it.
It's like a turducken.
That's a hell of an image.
Not like that.
If you eat a turducken, then you're eating. What's a turducken again? It's a turkey, a duck, and a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a So it's a turkey. It's been stuffed with a chicken. That's been stuffed with a duck. That now is stuffed inside of you. And you're stuffed in your sleeping bag.
Wow. But if you eat a turducken, then don't you become a Hugh turducken?
No, you do not become that at all.
Or a human turducken? Human turduckman?
Just
man,
please.
someone who's better. Yeah, well,
Please,
okay,
you have to stop this.
yeah, you're right. I really do.
Bugs are falling from the sky dead. How cringy. So actually keep doing
it. You're welcome.
So today was one of those days that really pushes you and challenges you, and it was kind of not really expected, but I thought it was going to be easier. I think we all thought today was going to be easier than it was. Got here to camp. It's an awesome spot. It was really fun, just the 3 of us hanging around and having dinner tonight and just like chatting and goofing around and sitting around telling old stories and just like bonding and doing what happens when you're on the trail. It's like just such a fun and sweet, satisfying part of everything that happens out here. And yeah, I think it's time to turn in, and we're gonna have a big day tomorrow. So tomorrow's trail, I think, is gonna be probably maybe even the hardest day yet. So we'll see. All right, that's it for me. Good night, everybody.
Well, oh, yes, I do.
Just got up. It was actually a pretty windy night, and it's become a pretty windy morning. And it's going to be a pretty windy day. This tent actually was pretty good. I kind of made it, like, not my best work in setting this up. I just did it loosely, so it was flapping quite a bit. So I did have to get up in the middle of the night and tension it out real nice so it stopped making so much noise. But now, look where we are. It's a beautiful morning.
So weird.
For that coffee this morning, everybody. You got to make sure there's no coffee in the trail. That's nothing. We are buds. Yeah. So I am deeply thankful that we've got a little bit cooler day today. Breeze to keep the mosquitoes down. Rainer,
Yo!
how you doing?
Feeling good, man. Feeling really good, actually. Feeling fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainer, how much research did you do into this trip?
I mean, it's been like probably months
Yeah.
of like, not that this trip requires that much planning, But like staring at a map, thinking like, that would be cool to do. That'd be cool to do. Okay. Reading stuff about it, finding the few trip reports about it.
So you said the last trip report available was like 4 years ago?
Yeah, on WTA, which is our kind of the local all trails, which is like a bit more reliable for Washington. The last one's 4 years ago. There's like snippets of sections of this on all trails, and then any kind of serious write-up, I mean, absent. I mean, and there's 4 trip reports total on WTA since the 90s. So like you can go all the way back to the beginning, and the first one's in like 98, and then the next one's a few years later. And then like there's 2 kind of right up next to each other in like 2019 or 2020. And now we will be the next. If we leave one, we will be the next to leave one.
Are you going to write one?
Probably.
Yeah. Nice.
That'd be a good idea.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's really cool is going and doing a trail that's kind of sort of, and it's not like our own creation, but it's just not like a super standard, like, oh yeah, everybody just starts here and then everybody ends here.
Yeah.
So.
There's a route called the Alpine Lakes High Route. There's
Yeah.
also the Enchantments, and those take you to the high country of the Alpine Lakes.
Yeah.
Those 2 are more trodden. The Alpine Lakes High Route, a lot more people do it.
Yeah.
It's a difficult connecting trail too, so it's not like a ton of people do it.
Yeah.
Then there's the Enchantments, a ton of people do that. Lottery permits and everything.
Yeah.
But this is another amazing Alpine Lakes High Route that keeps you, now we're up here, right? And now we're gonna take all these lakes.
Yeah.
Seeing mountains around us, and this is one that is probably the least done of all those. You know, and it's like less a loop, it's just this connector. You know, there's so many ways into this. There's like, you can kind of pick your poison,
Yeah.
so to speak, but what we're doing is the kind of full experience. We're doing the whole enchilada.
I love it. The whole enchilada.
The whole enchilada, not half
Yeah.
of an enchilada.
We're full enchilada type fellows here. Oh, Miranda's coming in.
Yeah.
Hey, come on in.
Should I slide into frame there? Was that good?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Aw, Miranda sandwich.
I'm the Brandwich. So we just got up to one of our first truly sweeping views of the trip, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more. But for a little bit of context of where we are, this behind me out that direction are the Enchantments. And if you're not familiar, the Enchantments are a very famous place all over Instagram, and it's very popular to go hike there. I've actually been there. I've been there a couple years ago, and it is really stunning. But the coolest thing is that that's one of the hardest places to go hiking. And right here, we don't have to have permits. We just walk up, get our permits at the trailhead, and then we can just have this place essentially to ourselves. So sometimes with a little bit of just extra research and creativity, you can go find gems that are much less trafficked. So if you've been following along a little bit, you know that Element has become a recent sponsor of this channel and is sponsoring this video. Element is a key electrolyte mix that makes a huge difference for me. On tap today, I'm going to be drinking the raspberry salt, and this is probably my favorite flavor. But what this has been doing for me is it's really helping with my body recovery. I'm losing a ton of salts as I'm just sweating ridiculously under the sun out here. And I've been drinking like 2 packs a day, and it makes a huge difference. I'm not feeling that muscle fatigue. I'm not getting those headaches. I'm sleeping really well. This is critical for a functioning body, essentially, especially when you're out and you're being very active. And so right now, if you want to try these, which I highly encourage you to do if you've never tried them, they're just so delicious. You can get a free sample pack with any purchase to try out a bunch of different flavors. So check out drinkelement.com/erichanson. That's drinkelemente.com/erichanson and get your free sample pack with any purchase. I really think you'll like it. Ever since I've been sponsored by them, I've been drinking at least one of these a day. Everybody they share them with loves them. And so check them out. I'm gonna be cooking up a little mix of raspberry salt, rehydrating, and getting back on the trail.
What flavor you put in? Ooh, raspberry?
Oh, raspberry salt.
Yeah, boy, the best.
It is my favorite.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm on a citrus kick right now. I really am. Citrus is so good.
Yeah, that's okay. Actually, that's my second favorite.
There you go.
Really sweet ridge that we're traversing here. We're about to go underneath Cape Horn and drop into the backside. We got one more pass to go, but then drop into the backside of Lake Edna and some other really cool lakes. Today is great. We left camp earlier, which definitely helped a lot. We tried to get a much more early start, which is always a good idea. But we were out here filming some stuff and just kind of got slow. But today's glorious. I know later today it's going to get really, really hard. We've got a giant descent and followed by a massive ascent. So either way, having fun out here. So we've made it to Lake Edna, one of the really pristine alpine lakes in the area. And I think this is gonna be the perfect little spot for a lunch break and resupply on water. So it's about time for a little packs off break. If you change where the punctuation is, it's great butt. Oh.
Great butt.
Okay, so this trail is going to keep descending all the way down.
This particular section of trail, it's very difficult to follow. Really just doesn't receive hardly any hikers at all. So we've been bushwhacking. We just kind of deviated from the actual path for a few minutes back there. And there is definitely like some sort of a route, but it just gets so grown over so fast. Constant vigilance. So we just crossed Index Creek, which is the lowest point of the day. And now we're immediately reclimbing. And on the topo map, this looks like it's an incredibly steep stretch. Yesterday, like, really kicked my butt. So I'm definitely kind of nervous about how this one's gonna go. We were all pretty worked. Going back to my pack weight, I really think it's because I'm carrying such a heavy pack. My torso's comfortable. The pack isn't hurting me, but it's still just hard. And it's a lot of weight to move up and down these mountains. So nothing new, groundbreaking here. It's just for me to revisit it. It's pretty eye-opening. Righteous! Righteous! Oh my God. Are you all right? Wow. Well, that was kind of perfect timing.
I'm great.
Let's roll that one back, folks.
Righteous. Righteous. You didn't see that.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Of course, I'm like, righteous, right, boom. Like, you're the coolest guy in the universe.
That's
was
the
great.
shot of the episode so far.
Yeah, maybe. That's actually some of the clown work I've been working on.
Oh,
So that was
really
planned.
Good. You're a stunt double.
Yeah, some of my
actually.
mime work, my clown work, my...
Wow,
Yeah,
you're
just,
so talented.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. You didn't have to.
Your work is appreciated here.
Thank you.
Your craft.
Righteous! 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 See?
Wow.
No problem. Just cut to that. Oh, that was good.
Wow. That was perfect. To demonstrate, not because I liked seeing Rainer fall, which I definitely did not like that. Okay, a little bit. But I was just about to talk about how gnarly this trail's gotten with all the blowdown in here. So in these trees, either a big windstorm or potentially from snow as well, maybe both. All these trees get knocked down on the steep slope. It's just making the trail like so hard to follow. We gotta keep hopping up over these obstacles. Rainer gave a good explanation of what not to do out here. Thank you for that. Is that a bug?
Right in my throat.
Oh no.
Ew! That was terrible. I still feel it.
Oh no.
That was a mosquito. What a chaotic moment.
I've got both you and Rainer in some tough moments lately.
Yeah, we really have. Seen our best sides.
I think so. Your true selves.
Oh. Whoa. Oh my God. Rainer, look at these trees below. Whoa.
Miranda, I really appreciate your admiration that you have for our earth we live in.
I just love it so much.
Yeah, it's very endearing.
It is very genuine. I hope it doesn't come off as disingenuous.
No, not at all. I just love it because
Easily amazed.
it's a great quality.
Thanks.
This is a good view of the kind of bonkers route we've had to take to get here.
It really is.
Coming down all of that. And then this is a huge climb again. So we began our ascent back up, and we got to get over to 7,200 feet. So quite a bit of climbing, another 1,000 feet to climb still today. It's just been up and downs all day long. Oh, we're so close. This has been really hard, but that's our pass. Another 70 feet of climbing. Today's been a bit of a beatdown. Good job. It was really hard.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm kind of hitting my need to sit down,
Well,
lie down.
okay. This is a great place to do that. Whatever you need to do, Miranda, it's okay. So coming up this pass was honestly pretty challenging, and obviously Miranda definitely had some extra struggles, and it was obviously a little bit of an emotional moment as Miranda and Rainer each got up here, and sense of accomplishment for sure, probably some relief that I think we're all feeling, is just as well as just like physical exhaustion. So today, now this is truly like the hardest part of the day. And now we can just descend down into this really amazing blue lake. Lake Augusta is very blue and very cool looking. So that'll be nice. It'll be nice to obviously just take a load off, kind of decompress a little bit, and just enjoy good camp vibes and the beautiful place that we are.
But I think every day there's been a up, then a down, then an up. There's just been kind of constant undulation.
Yeah,
I think tomorrow is just a down, and then one up.
it does look that way in the map. That is true.
Yeah. And then when that up is done, there is no more up left the rest of the time.
Up is over. Forever.
Up is over.
Up is over.
Ooh, that must have Bring it all with you guys.
Really? This is really what I want for the crew.
I think it's gonna be really fun not rolling.
That is nice light back there. That's cool.
It's really pretty.
Wow.
Got a crazy sky going off right now. Look at that.
Oh, that was a hard day.
I hope you're not cursing her name.
No, not at all. Honestly,
I'm cursing our name a little bit.
Miranda and Rainer.
Because I even looked at Rainer, showed me this route, and we talked about it. You know, because he's the one who originally found it.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard of the Icicle Divide. I was like, I thought tons of people did that. And he was like, no, you're right.
I got the steam. I'm doing just straight unfiltered lake water once again.
Even on the edge.
Parasites and paraphernalia, you must die. I like to live dangerously. That'll do. I feel like all the Giardia is dead. Well, I've been really relieved that this mattress hasn't failed on me. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to patch it earlier. Like, basically the last trip I even used it on. It's the Tour de Mont Blanc, and my final night, it sprung a leak. It's not a very fun night. Well, I couldn't find it on the trail. I had to take it home and do the whole like bathtub and soap thing.
Poor Rainer.
Miranda,
Yeah.
how's it going for you?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
How are you feeling about today?
I always get excited about days like today.
Yeah.
So it's like just a little bit more of that, we're on our own. And for me, like, yeah, there's a reality that it's gonna be hard,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I kind of like the personal challenge.
Yeah.
I like navigating, I like doing those things and kind of feeling like not many people come here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I get that.
yeah.
I think I'm feeling a little, because the past 3 days have been so hard, I think I'm feeling very excited about today, but also rather anxious about the fact that I know that this is our last real hard day,
Yeah.
but I think it might also be our hardest day.
Yeah.
And so part of me is like, all right, well, am I more prepared? Because I got two, like, I thought that day 2 was the hardest, and then day 3 felt like the hardest. So is this going to feel harder, or is this going to feel easier because I feel more prepared? So I think I'm a little anxious. And then, of course, the whole, like, heat and exercise thing, and that was really rough yesterday. So I'm glad we're getting a little bit of an earlier start, and I'm glad that overall our gain is about 1,000 feet less today than it was yesterday.
That is better.
So I don't know. I mean, it's like hard to be anything but excited when you're first leaving camp, you know, when you're oh my God, it's beautiful, it's a great place, it's a beautiful day, it's a trail, you know, it's like, so right now I'm kind of just thrilled, but yeah, we'll see.
I love that. Yeah.
It's like, I know I will be nervous, but right now I'm like, oh my God.
I slept great, I ate great, I'm happy, I've got coffee, like, let's go.
Yes.
I just pooped.
Yeah, right, totally. I'm like, I'm lighter, my pack's lighter, it feels spry.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's
okay, well, let's
make
it happen.
Heck yeah.
All right. Beautiful way to start the day.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Something that's super nice about today is there's no smoke. It's been bug. Just swallowed a mosquito. Something that's really nice is the last few days have been really smoky. And today, blue skies, beautiful day, birds are shining, flowers are out, green moss in the trees. It's just like such a great day. Feeling good about how everything's going so far. Dun, dun, dun. So there's like fully no real trail here. We just got to go down this big steep slope. It's definitely adventure hiking here. So definitely an interesting spot on the trail because it's an abandoned trail. There's no maintenance. And you really just have to get down this slope. There is some very faint switchbacking, but almost impossible to truly like stay on trail. So we're just working our way down. I am actually literally on the trail now, but there's been a few, creative missions to get to the next part of the trail. Kind of fun, kind of like a game out here. So we successfully made it to Cabin Creek, which is the low point of today. We did make it down the gnarly, heinous section. A lot of route finding, was very adventuresome. Now we are leaving our water behind. We're actually bringing a bunch of water because we're gonna be up on a ridge tonight and not by a lake. So I'm currently hauling about 5 liters of water, which means an extra jolly 10 pounds to haul up the next big climb. So not really looking forward to that part, but hopefully the trail is a little bit more easy to follow. And then I think tonight we're gonna have one of the better campsites of the trip. Not that they've any been bad because they've been, all lights out. But tonight might be the best, we'll see. So a lot of our trail doesn't look anything remotely like a trail. What I think happened is that maybe 20, 30 years ago, maybe 50 years ago, some amount of foot traffic came in and kind of created like a little spot in the hillside. But that's been abandoned, and that's all we're trying to follow is essentially an abandoned old route. So there's hints and whispers of the right path, but it is extremely, extremely hard to follow. This is where I just came through. I kind of bushwhacked that down. How you doing, Miranda?
Ooh.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I was happy.
It's a little mushy there.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was very wet.
Yeah.
piece of shit. Oh, sorry.
That's accurate. That was heinous. That was as bad as it gets.
Sketchy.
Good night, Miranda.
Okay.
Yeah. We're all really worked.
Miranda, can you give me a thumbs up if you're okay? Nice. Double thumbs. Oh, peace signs. Rock on signs.
All right.
I think we've made it through the worst of it. Honestly, some of that back there was some of the most challenging stuff I can remember hiking. But we've now gotten just above that really gnarly, like, blowdown tree section and are getting up onto Icicle Ridge here shortly. And then we're gonna be looking for a camp. So we're hauling water because we're probably gonna be dry camping. So all of that work was done with extra heavy packs. But it feels good. The trail's a little harder. The trail's a little easier to follow here, and we're at least within a couple miles of camp, so that feels good. So something I've been really thankful for on this trip as we've been navigating is having like a good map. So much of today, and honestly like many parts of the trip, all I've been doing is following my little dot on my phone to see where I am in relation to the landscape, because some of this trail has been so hard to follow. It's funny, we all three have different map services. So I have Onyx, Miranda has Garmin, and Rainer has Gaia. And so we've been kind of cross-referencing throughout the whole time. But before this trip, I downloaded our route, downloaded map layers. Without having done that, this honestly would have been so much harder to know where I'm going. It's just so often the trail is barely there at all. So, but I'm so grateful for them, for the way that they've helped me navigate this trip. Oh my God. I need to stop talking. Oh, there's Miranda.
Having a blast.
You seemed like you pepped up there.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I just need a little,
You just
little
need
break.
Yeah, lie down, put your feet up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got big energy swings. It's like really low, really high.
Kind of like this trail.
Woohoo! Wow. Whoa. Oh my God, I didn't even look at the view.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty awesome view here. We've made it to the top of the Icicle Divide. We are officially now out of the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. Do you see that back there? Do you see that? Oh, baby. Okay, this is our final camp on the Icicle Divide Trail. And obviously kind of an old burn here, but there's just what the benefit of the old burn is that we have just mostly unobstructed views out to these incredible ridge lines that are still holding snow. Very, very beautiful. I'm definitely gonna be tempted to scramble up some of these rocks and see if I can get a nice little perch to maybe do some photography or maybe some astrophotography tonight. We'll see. We're gonna be setting up camp here, eating food, enjoying the views. We're dry camping tonight, so we didn't find any springs or anything like that. So we're gonna have to manage water, but we did haul up a bunch, which was part of why today was so hard. I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna stop talking. Let that do the word stuff now. Okay, I'm done. know what I'm happy for?
What? Your chair?
A chair. I think this is one of the most worked, like the backpacking trip in which I feel the most worked for a while. Which, especially given the mileage, really feels like, what?
Yeah. For me, I think this might be the hardest, overall hardest
Yeah,
backpacking trip I've ever done.
yeah,
Something with like the bushwhacking and the gain and the heat.
yeah.
There's so much about it. I just felt.
I feel like
Yeah.
of the 45 miles, or I guess we've done at this point, like, what, like 37 or so. I feel like there's been like one easy mile.
Yeah.
The rest have been so hard.
Brutal. Seriously. Like 1 easy mile, 8 impossible ones.
Like every day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know, like, even if, like, across the whole spectrum, can you, like, how many, we barely had any easy stretches. This morning was like one of them.
Yep.
And that was
This
it.
morning was an easy stretch.
Yeah, it was a crazy trip. Is there anything back there, the enchantments?
These are the enchantment peaks.
Those are.
Yeah, so then the other side of these is the enchantment.
So all those famous lakes are over there,
Yeah.
like on the opposite side.
Yeah, those peaks tower above those lakes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We're on the other side of the famous lakes. We're
Wow.
on the less famous lakes.
I think I found a cool spot. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Yeah, this is pretty killer. And these like old burned out trees are just like super eerie and cool looking. Think I'm gonna rock no fly tonight. The no fly zone. Wow, what a cool spot to spend the night. Honestly, this was great. I was so exhausted. I tried to stargaze, but I was so tired. I didn't really get to. Didn't drink it in that much because I just passed out. But waking up out here, oh, this light is awesome. Views are great. Perfect temperature. Oh, so good.
Maybe it's not smart to allocate precious resources towards something that's going to make you more thirsty.
Coffee?
Yep, but I don't care.
Nah.
Yeah.
We'll be down so soon.
Feeling pretty grimy these days.
Yeah. My fingers, my toenails are just underneath, just completely caked. Like every one of them, like my toe, it's just like, I'm like, when is it gonna fall off?
Yeah. Before I pack up and we wrap this up, I did want to give some thoughts on my gear. This pack was very noisy. I had a hard time even, if people were talking behind me, I would have to stop to hear what they were saying because it was just generating so much noise. So even though I've definitely loved this pack in the past, it feels kind of like an old version of me that really loved using this pack. And now that I've focused more on getting my pack weight down a lot lower and using lighter equipment and certainly more premium and more expensive stuff, but I think that I'm probably going to want to go back to that. So this backpack was a little bit of a disappointment because I thought it was going to be like, oh, an old friend of mine. And it sort of was like, oh, yes, it's an old friend, but we've changed and we've kind of moved on. This tent has been great. I've been really fond of this find. $109 tent, super cheap, and a great tent. But it's 4 pounds, and honestly, for me, from where I'm at, even though I love the tent, I think it's going to be hard for me to do a hard trips like this. I'm just going to want the more premium fancy stuff and get my tent weight down to like, something like 2 pounds or something like that. As for the sleeping bag that I brought, the Nemo Riff, which is the spoon-shaped sleeping bag from Nemo, it's a super good, I actually really liked having that back. I thought that was very, I just love feeling cocooned and comforted, and that sleeping bag is so good for that. And because it has like the spoon shape, it's a little bit wider, so you have more room to move around, and therefore it's just like a more comfortable experience. And the sleeping mattress as well, the all-season Nemo Tensor, it was really nice to get back to it, especially because the previous time it had failed and I'd patched it and then I hadn't used it for a while. But one of the things that I was also reminded of was it was a 20-inch wide mattress, and I don't ever want to use a 20-inch wide mattress again. I've become so used to the 25-inch wide mattresses. It's like that extra space. When you're laying down, your elbows are also on the mattress. It's amazing how much that extra few inches on the side really elevates the comfort and the quality of the sleep. So many things were fun to use again, but it doesn't feel like my super ongoing setup that I'm going to keep using. But for this trip, it's pretty fun, but my shoulders, my body is pretty sore, pretty tired. I don't ever want to carry 50 pounds again. Miranda, did you enjoy camp here?
I loved camp here.
Yeah?
This was the best. It was also exactly the type of camp I like, in the sense of like, we woke up this morning, we hung out, we chilled.
Yeah.
I really like having time at camp. That's my favorite backpacker thing.
Yo, absolutely.
I know that, well, you're like a roll into camp at sunset
Whoa!
person, right? Like get out, crack of dawn.
Hike all day till the break of dawn, got to get it going on.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that just kind of happens. It's not because I don't enjoy hanging out at camp.
It's just like what you do. And actually, it's what we made you do on this trip, too, so.
You did make me.
Miranda chose this trip specifically so that she could like stick it to me and make me hike all day long.
Yeah, we were like, how do we out Ericanson? That was the goal.
That was the goal. Accomplished.
Yeah.
You did it.
Thank you.
Way to be.
At least we didn't get someone sent to the hospital in the Grand Canyon.
Come on. I feel like I'm still battling the fallout.
Yeah.
But so thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome. Salt in the wound. Check that in there. Happy. Just want to remind you all.
Just in case you forgot, Eric's the guy that almost killed Dan Becker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blame me for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was awesome. Did you like this camp? You did. You had a good spot. Did you?
Truly adored this camp. This is like, it was like the best combination of like
we're camping on like a desert-like surface in the mountains. Like, oh, it was so beautiful. This morning's sunrise was awesome. Like seeing the sun come up through the haze and like the clouds and then just illuminating and working their way down the mountains was very cool.
Yeah.
Did you get up for that or were you asleep?
I was asleep. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, Miranda.
Oh, it's fine. I'll watch it back on video. Nice.
Nice.
Dude, I was so tired.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was out.
We do still have to descend. We got what, like 5 miles?
About 5 miles.
About 5 miles to get out of here. So we're going to be staring at these mountains probably most of the day.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Beautiful.
All right.
Let's head home.
Let's get out of here.
Shower.
Boom.
Pizza. Beer. Vat of sauerkraut.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, here we go. Rainer, you need to get in here too. You were a
Yeah.
huge part of this adventure.
Get in here, bud.
Woo! Okay, so Rainer and Miranda invited me out, and this was honestly just like so far above and beyond really anything that I envisioned this would be in so many ways. Beauty, difficulty. Our friendship was tested.
Yes.
I think we had some real low points as a group. You guys were furious with me at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Well, when I got there last time.
I was definitely not happy. I was like, hey, Eric, maybe in the future we all stick together and look at a GPS.
Maybe don't try to kill us all.
Yeah. I was thinking, okay, so now that we have to survive out here forever,
Yeah.
we're eating Eric.
Yeah.
Eric goes first. Yeah, for sure.
Get those thighs. Yeah. Okay, so honestly, that was amazing. So thank you all for watching. If you don't already follow Miranda and Rainer's channel, Miranda Goes Outside, honestly, it's a hoot. They're so funny, and they have so much amazing information to share with you all. So make sure you go check out that channel there. And thanks for watching. If you have questions about what we did, anything at all, please leave them in the comments below. And that's it from us. We're going to go get some pizza.
Yeah.
We'll see you later, everybody.
Subscribe to Eric.
Ah!
Subscribe to Eric Hansen.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Subscribe to Eric's channel.
Yeah. Oh, that went so well last time. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, perfect callback.
Yeah.
Peace.